Looks crazy. Like, she reminds me of the Mad King. I'm like, girl, what's up, girl? Are you going a little bit crazy, girl? Daenerys, is you about to go on a mad spree, girl? I need to know, honey, because I've been rooting for you these whole 8 seasons, honey. What up, beautiful people? I'm your host with the absolute, you already know always, most Apollo with the S8, and I definitely bring the tea. Alright, what's up? As you see from the title, we are back again with another review of Game of Thrones Season 8, and this is episode 5. Girl, it is one more episode to go on Game of Thrones. I don't know what I'm gonna watch on TV. I don't know what I'm gonna do, Lord Jesus. But I'm gonna have to figure something out. But anyways, this episode, it was a lot going on. This is probably one of the most epic episodes in this entire season, or should I even say series, because a lot of shit went down. A lot of shit just went down, like, oh my god. So the episode starts off with Varys, the master of whispers. You know, he always got his little birds, nosy as hell. But anyways, it starts off with Varys. He's in his chambers and he is writing notes, and from what I read, it is just basically he wanted to send different notes to all around the realm, basically exposing Jon for being a Targaryen, because he wants Jon to sit on the throne, because he believes that Dany is not equipped or mentally stable enough to be on the Iron Throne. So he tries to convince Jon. After the chamber, he goes to Jon and he's trying to convince Jon. He's like, look, you are the last remaining male Targaryen. You are the rightful heir to the throne. You have more claim than she does. You need to do it. But Jon, he's too loyal to Daenerys, and he's not listening to Varys. So he's like, she is my queen. This and the third. So Jon ain't listening. But then Tyrion, the one who told Varys, he goes to Daenerys and tells her about his treason. They saying like, look, girl, Varys, he's trying to rise up against you, trying to get a revolt. He want Jon on the throne, and he trying to make sure everybody else want Jon on the throne instead of saying you on the throne, girl. So we need to do something. Well, not we need to do something, but I'm just letting you know, girl. I'm just letting you know. And in this episode, you can see in the beginning that Dany was very sad. I think she was grief-stricken from when Missandei died, like was beheaded in the last episode. So I believe, like, you can see it in her face. Like, she looks crazy. Like, she reminds me of the Mad King. When I'm looking at her in her face, them dark red circles around her eyes, and she got this crazy look in her eye. I'm like, girl, what's up, girl? Are you going a little bit crazy, girl? Daenerys, is you about to go on a mad spree, girl? I need to know, honey, because I've been rooting for you these whole 8 seasons, honey. Because you can see the madness in her face, in her eyes, in her hair, in her whole demeanor. Fast forwarding, so with this information, Dany executes Varys, like, and he already knew it was coming. Like, he upstairs writing all his notes and stuff. He heard footsteps coming up steps. He went ahead and burned the little note, took his rings off. He already knew what time it was. But before Daenerys had executed him, Tyrion, of course, came up to him and said, hey, look, I was a snitch. I had to let her know because I'm her hand. Like, I'm loyal to her. I mean, you my friend, but that's my queen. And after she said Dracarys and Drogon had burnt him to a crisp, child, the look on Jon's face, he looked at Dany like, this bitch crazy. But I mean, like, I felt that way because I'm like, girl, you did not. Well, it is treason, and treason is punishable by death. So, moving along. Then it goes into Dany talking about the attack and how they're going to go into this war in King's Landing. So Tyrion is trying to let her know, be like, it is tens of thousands of innocents, women, children, innocent men and stuff. Like, we just can't go in there and just burn it to the ground. And that's what Dany was. She was not with the shit. She was already in her feelings and shit. So she was like, girl, let's just light that bitch blaze and call it a day. But Tyrion was like, it's too many innocent people to do that. And you will be respected and loved more as a queen if you do not take the lives of innocent people as casualties in this stupid ass war. So Tyrion said, if they surrender, if they ring the bells, please call off the attack. Please call off the attack. So then it goes on to Jaime Lannister. If you remember last episode, he had left Winterfell and Brienne was begging him to stay, don't go, whatever. I'm thinking he left Winterfell so he can help out with the war. This little bitch ass looking left Winterfell to go help Cersei. I was like, is your motherfucker alive? What the hell wrong too, Jamie. I'm thinking you done changed and stuff. I thought little Brienne put that little tomboy cootie cat on you and she done changed your whole mindset and perspective. I thought Cersei wasn't even on your mind no more, but honey, apparently she was. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? So apparently when he left to go and help Cersei or whatever, he got captured by Daenerys people, and he was on lockdown and stuff, and Tyrion went to go see him. And he was like, look, go to King's Landing, and when we get there for the battle tomorrow, I need for you to ring the bells. Because the bells was like the way of saying they surrender. I need for you to ring the bells. So, he already had Sir Davos steal the key that was going to Jaime's locks and stuff. So, he had freed Jaime. So Jaime can ring the bells so Cersei wouldn't like demolish the kingdom. What's the point of you being the motherfucking queen on the Iron Throne if you just gonna motherfucking take everything to ash and destroy everything? You gonna be the queen of ashes, not the queen of the seven kingdoms. And Tyrion also told Jaime, get Cersei and just go somewhere. Just escape, go live your days out somewhere. Get you a little farm, get you a little plot, grow you a little garden, raise your baby, and like live the rest of your days out in solitude. Because if Dany get her, she is dead. And I really don't want none of my siblings to die, because he was like, you're the only one who really looked at me like a human being. I wouldn't have made it through my childhood without you, this, that, and the third. And Tyrion already knew that if Daenerys found out that he freed Jaime, he would die. And he was like, what's the life of a little dwarf compared to the life of thousands? Okay, so pushing along. We're at King's Landing. They having like a standoff at the gates. She got her little army right there just standing off blocking the gate. And then it's Jon and Daenerys' army. You know, they just standing right there. You know, Daenerys' army and Grey Worm, they waiting for the signal or whatever. When I tell you they got to the scene where the Iron Fleet was in the ocean, girl, when I tell you Dany pushed up on their ass. Oh my God, Dany pushed up on their ass. I ain't never seen her do that before. I'm like, girl, where was this when you had Rhaegar alive too, honey? Because shit, they just had about 6 or 7 ships the first time and they killed your second dragon. But then, here you go, got about fucking 30, 40 damn ships, and you just she was mad. That's how I know she was driven by rage and grief. Because she was mad and she went down there, she done destroyed all the ships of the Iron Fleet. She done destroyed all the little scorpion weapons, them big old crossbows that kill the dragons. She done destroyed all of it. And I'm trying to think, like, when did the dragon's fire breathing get so strong? Because it seemed like it just pushed through everything. I ain't never known his fire breathing to be that strong. I'm like, damn, did he upgrade since the last episode? What's up? Meanwhile, the Hound and Arya, they on their own mission. They already done snuck into King's Landing. And Arya's trying to get to Cersei because she was like, look, my name's Arya Stark. I'm here to kill Queen Cersei, okay? Like, shit, do you want to live tomorrow or not? You let me kill Queen Cersei, the war is over. But shit, you don't, shit, you might die tomorrow. Which one you want to do? What you want to do? What you want to do? And Cersei thought she was just so motherfucking smart. Cersei just thought she was the smartest motherfucking thing in the room, honey. Because she thought bringing all them people into the Red Keep, she was like, oh yeah, she's not going to kill all these innocent people, blah, 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 but, sure. Dany showed her, and she showed me. I was shocked. So going back to the gate, Jon army at the gate, and then Cersei army, they're blocking off the gate. They waiting on the signal. I'm like, damn, what the signal gonna be? Then boom, bitch, you just see the damn dragon. The dragon done did fire through the doggone gate from behind the army that was protecting the gate, child. So shit, Jon them didn't even really have to fight the first army. So after she blew through the gate. Jon and them, they charged in, and Dany just continued to fuck up the rest of the armies. Like, she was really going through. She was like, all of that is fire, by the way. Like, she was just really going in with this fire and Drogon. Then it went back to Cersei, and she's looking out the window like, it's like it hasn't sunk in yet. Well, she's getting the message that, bitch, I might lose this. I just might lose this. So I've been waiting to see the look on. I've been waiting to see that look on her face for doggone 8 seasons. That look of fear, concern, and worry. She was scared. I ain't never seen Cersei to be scared, but that bitch was scared. So moving along, Jon gets his army in there, and they fighting and stuff, and then they come to a standstill with the Lannister army. The Lannister army just looking at them like, Like, they didn't know if they wanted to do none or not. So then they end up dropping their sword. So basically, like, they surrendered because they already knew the war was lost. I mean, Dany got a dragon and her dragon is fucking up everything. So honey, what you gonna do? You gonna fight a losing cause? So there go Dany. She sitting here waiting. She stopped fucking shit up for a second. She sitting here waiting, just trying to take what Tyrion said into account. She's sitting here waiting, like, okay, is they gonna ring the bell or not? Because if they don't ring the bell, I'm finna fuck this shit up. And then somebody said, ring the bell, because they was over it. They was tired. They wanted to surrender. They wanted to go home to their wives. Hopefully their wife was still alive. Shit, they wanted to just get away with their lives. But then you want to know the whole shocker of this episode? Even when they rang the bells, and you know Tyrion said call off the attack if they ring the bells. This bitch, Daenerys Targaryen, this little nasty bleach blonde bitch, and I've been supporting you ever since motherfucking season 1, bitch. When you did this shit, I don't like you no more. But anyways, what she did was she got on her dragon and she fucked up the city and killed all the innocents, like all the children, women, men. She didn't give a fuck who it was. She just going through the city and had Dracarys. I'm like, girl, what the hell you doing? You was killing these women, these men, and these children, these innocent civilians, and you was, what the fuck going on? I was just sitting there like, I know this bitch, yeah. That's why I know she was just driven by rage and grief from what happened to Missandra. And then while she going around killing all, like, fucking up the city with the innocent people and stuff, you know that the army that Jon is with, Daenerys' army, had the nerve to start fighting the dudes that just laid their swords down. And Jon looking like, what the fuck? Where's the honor in this? Where is the integrity in this? Because you see these men just surrender and y'all just gonna go up here and slay them like that? Slaughter all them like that? And Jon tried to stop some of them. He was like, stop, because there's no honor in nothing like that. So he looking around, he seeing the doggone damage and the travesty going on. Like, it's dead, burnt bodies everywhere. His kids looking at their dead parent body. And he just like, he's about to lose his mind. He's like, what the fuck is going on? What have I done? And then he even killed one of his own people because they was about to kill this lady. He killed one of his own people just to save an innocent because that's the right thing to do. So then we get back to Jaime. So Jaime is on the way to the Red's Keep to try to get Cersei and save her and get her evacuated up out of there. And then you see Euron come up behind him, coming out the water, because you know he fell in the water after Daenerys done fucked up damn Iron Fleet ships and stuff with the dragon. So he coming up out the water and they get to fighting. Now, I was a little worried for Jaime at first because Euron stabbed him that one time in the side and then stabbed him another time in the side. But Jaime, he must have been thinking about Cersei so hard and that love he got for her because he crawled and did his best, mustered up the rest of the strength he had, and he got his sword and he killed Euron. He done stabbed him right in the stomach and done killed Euron. So then he kept on pushing towards Cersei. Of course, while Dany is still destroying everything. She's destroying the city, the Red Keep, the castle. She's destroying everything. And then here you go, there goes Cersei. She start crying and stuff because she know she has won. Her hand done came up to her and said, Your Majesty. And said, Your Majesty, we have to go. It's no longer safe here. And she was like, she had a little tear. I'm like, oh, bitch, I've been waiting 8 seasons for you to cry. I've been wanting somebody to make you cry. I want somebody to hurt you. So in the midst of Cersei trying to evacuate from the Red Keep, her hand, and the Mountain, the little big guy that usually is like her bodyguard, they come across the Hound. Now the Hound and the Mountain are brothers, okay? So they already got beef because the Hound still got beef for his brother because when they was little, he had put his face in a fire and that's why his face looked like that. So the Mountain started about to really, he started stepping down so he can approach his brother, be like, bitch, you want it, come get it. And that was the very first time ever he ever disobeyed her. She said, Sir Gregor, stay by my side. And he looked at that bitch like, bitch, if you don't let me out of my business, shut the fuck up. And then the Hand, the little weird maester dude, he said, Sir Gregor, obey your queen. That nigga picked him up, slammed him against the wall, honey. It was like, the back of his head was like a doggone egg. Take it and throw it at the wall and see what it do. That was his head, honey. So Cersei was like, okay, fuck this shit. She started walking off or whatever, going about her business. The Hound and the Mountain started fighting, honey. Look, the Mountain was not playing with that, with the Hound, for real. He was not playing with you, Tregain. But at the end, the Mountain had Tregain was choking him up against the wall, and then the Mountain started like doing his eyes like this, like pushing him in. And after he made him blind, the Hound just took the knife, stabbed him in the head, and the Mountain let him go and stepped back a little bit. And Tregain was so freaking mad that nigga took him, and then he tackled him, and then they went out the wall of the castle, and they fell to their death into the flames, honey, that was on the ground. I was like, oh my god, that is some poetic justice shit, because y'all beef started off with y'all playing with fire. Now you about to die by fire. Okay, cool. So meanwhile, all this happening, you know they had the little barrels of the liquid for wildfire, the little green fire. While this is going on, it just started exploding because it was under the city. All of it started exploding and stuff. So I'm like, where's this stuff coming from? So Arya is running through the streets because she's dipping and dodging all these collapsing buildings. I thought she was dead at first when they had on the ground like this. I thought she was dead, but she got up and kept running. And then finally back to Cersei. They down in the basement of the Red Keep, basically, like where the dragon skulls and stuff be at. They down there, Jaime trying to find a way out, is blocked off. It's been collapsed and stuff. It's all blocked off, so they can't go nowhere. So Cersei starts saying, Jaime, I want my baby to live. I want my baby to live. Don't let me die, Jaime. Bitch, you should have thought about that before you started this whole war, honey. You should have thought about that before you was an evil, heartless, nasty, godless individual that you are, honey. That's what you should have thought before, since you want your child to live and you want you to live, honey. Jaime just held her and he was like, nothing matters but this or nothing. Some he said. But he held her and just like, it was like they were just embracing their last moments with each other. And I hope Cersei ain't dead because, honey, you can't get off that easy, baby. All that evil stuff that you done did, Cersei, you can't get off that easy, baby, by the building collapsing. Yeah, they died because the building had collapsed and stuff. But I'm saying you can't get off that easy, baby. I don't appreciate that. I don't like that. You supposed to get you an old-fashioned Arya Stark ass whooping. And you sit here and go out like that? The fuck? Who wrote this shit? But anyway, so yes, it's supposedly Jaime and Cersei are dead. We won't know to the next episode. But girl, I will say this. Daenerys Targaryen will not be sitting on the Iron Throne, in my opinion, after the actions that she has done killing all of these innocents. Like, you do not deserve to be queen. You are becoming like your father, the Mad King. Honey, you have gone mad. You have really gone crazy. So why would history repeat itself with having you as the queen? So I honestly think next episode, Jon is gonna kill Daenerys. We never know until we see, honey. We will never know until we see. But anyways, beautiful people, that is my take on the latest episode of Game of Thrones, The Bells, which was episode 5 of season 8. I'm so excited for the season finale, really series finale, because it is no more Game of Thrones coming on after next Sunday. So I am so freaking excited to finally see who's going to be sitting on the Iron Throne. But anyways, beautiful people, you already know. Always remember, be unapologetically you. Peace out.